Hello there everyone, and it's time for Bite-Size Maths. Right, so what we're going to do in this few slide set is look at area and perimeter, take you through it bit by bit, scale you with some circles, and then we'll scale you a bit more with some composite shapes, but hopefully everything will be explained. So what we'll do is, I'll run the exercise down, I'll do some explanations, I'll then give you the shapes to do as questions, and then at the end we can all have a look at the answers. So no fast forwarding and looking at the answers until you've done the questions, because they're all in one hit here, okay? And again, if you want to share these with anybody at home that's at home at the moment that needs some help with their maths and stuff, feel free, it's all there for that, okay? And you can take screenshots, you can take pictures, so you have this for your own revision as well. Okay. Area is length times width. So in this case we have a length of the rectangle which is 6 and a width of the rectangle which is 3 centimeters. So essentially area equals length times width. Area is always shown with a little 2 after whatever unit of measurement we use, whether that be millimeters, whether that be meters, whether that be centimeters. And the 2 represents the squared. So in this case we just times 6 by 3, 18 centimeters squared. Right? So remember, area is always something times something, length times width. Two things, hence little 2. Remember that one. Okay. And again, if you need to pause at any time to look at these slides, just put onto pause, and then when you're ready to go again, press play. At this point. Okay. To work out the area, you would perhaps given the diameter to start off with. That is the full, should we say, width of the circle, if you can imagine it. Right, to work out area, we need half of that diameter, and it always is half. That's called the radius. So remember, if you've been given the diameter, you need to have the radius, and the radius is always half diameter, or they may very kindly in the question give you the radius. And the area of a circle is pi r2. What does that mean? You may remember pi from your school days, or perhaps you're still at school looking at this, if you know, it's a family affair today looking at this. Remember pi is 3.14 unless stated otherwise. So the funny sign that we have, the pi r2, if we break that down, basically it means pi times r, which is radius, twice. So if we look at the sum below, right down below, we can see our 3.14, which is our pi, times 5 times 5, which is the radius, times by itself, equals 78.5. Or you can do 5 5s are 25 times 3.14, sorry, which gives you the same. If you ever have an equation whereby things are put together and there's no gaps in between, like this, pi r2, it means there's going to be multiplication going on. Right? There always will be multiplication. It won't be anything else. So again, have a look, have a digest of that. And sometimes people do get perimeter confused with area. They think they have to add everything up. It's not. Perimeter is the way you do add everything up, and it's the whole way round something. Okay. So in this case, the perimeter of the rectangle, or the square, whatever you want to call it, but it's a rectangle actually, is we have our length of 6 and width of 3. So you literally add your length and your length up, your 2 length sides up, and you add your 2 width sides up. So that gives us 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3 equals 18. Or I suppose if you want to cheat, what you can do is just add length and width up and times it twice. But for the purposes of the test, keep it nice and simple for yourself. Just remember perimeter is you add the 2 lengths up and you add the 2 widths up, and that will give you perimeter. Again, take time to digest and have a look through. You may find yourself confronted with a question wanting the circumference of a circle. Well, that actually is the perimeter. So for the circumference, you will take the whole diameter, which is represented by the D here, and that is 12 centimeters. That's the whole way round. So you can almost imagine it. That's the whole width across the circle. And that is simply pi times D, or pi times diameter. So 3.14, unless stated otherwise, is always going to be pi. 3.14 times the diameter of the circle here, which is 12 centimeters, and that will give you the perimeter of 37.68. Again, feel free to take time and just look through this digest, and then don't forget to take your pictures and your screenshots. So what we're going to do now is start looking at some questions. You're going to have a go. So again, no scrolling towards the end and checking the answers out. Have a go at this, alright? Take a picture of it, or however you want to do it. So put yourself on pause, have a go through, and then when you're ready to resume, press play. So you've had a chance to have a go at those questions. You'll see how you fared a little bit later on. Can you do the perimeter of these shapes here, which I've done for you? Again, put yourself on pause and have a go. And then I'll join you very shortly after you've had your try. Right, so you've now had a look at those ones. Again, you can wait for a little bit longer to see how you fared, because I want to look at something else first. Hopefully you did alright with those. Again, you had your notes to look back at. Sometimes there's a sneaky question put in these tests, and that might be work out the area of a composite shape. Example shown here. There's two ways you can do that. You can either, in the top example here, you make the rectangle around the whole shape and subtract part of it. So you work out what the area of the large rectangle is, which is 9 by 5. And then you can work out what the little rectangle is. That's the white bit in the middle, if you see what I mean. Well, we know it's 3 meters in length, but what's it in width? Well, if we look, we're actually given that. If we look on the left-hand side, we're given a 1 meter and a 2 meter for the main shape. Those little parts of width. And then the far end on the right-hand side, 5 meters. So all we need to do is take 3 away from 2. 3 times 2 is 6, 45 meters. Take 6 equals 39 meters squared. That's one way. So again, you might want to sit and reflect and look at these questions, or this way this is done. The other way, which is the way I was taught, and that's probably the way you may find you've used more with odd shapes, is to actually break the area down, or the whole rectangle down to little shapes, like I've done here, A, B and C. And then you can break that down accordingly, using the same principle that we've got from what we can see here. And it's still wrong. And it's still wrong. Your turn. So have a go at these questions and see how you get on. What I suggest you do is put yourself on pause, so the recording stops, you can do these questions, or put it on to do yourself a screenshot or camera shot if you don't want to stay online for the present moment in time. But have a go at these questions and see how you get on. I have put a couple more tricky ones in here for you, so have a go. And then what we'll do is we'll go through the answers. So I will see you soon. So here we go. Here are your answers for what you've done. See how you've got on. I put the answers at the bottom on each one, so you can see how they break down. And then, okay, we'll go next one again. Put this on pause. You just need to take some time to have a look. And here we have the answers for the perimeter. Have a look through, see how you've got on. And take some time to digest. Again, you might want to take some pictures, again, and screenshots. So again, you might just want to put this on pause and then press play again once you've digested the answers. Interpretation of how you can break the composite shapes down, you might have another way of doing it. As long as you get the same answer, doesn't matter. Okay, again, don't let me force any particular method on you, because you've got a method you were taught and a method that works. That is the method that you actually follow. So again, you might just want to put this on pause for a few moments just to digest the answers and take your pictures and screenshots and so on and so forth. So that's a bite-sized introduction to doing some area on some shapes, different shapes, perimeter and composite shapes. So again, a useful revision topic for you to get to know how to do these, because you never know, they might come up in the test. Thank you for your attention.